Hello and welcome to Mountain Patriot Homestead. Come on in and join us today as I try out a recipe that I watched someone else make on another video and I tried my hand at it. Let's see how it works out. Alright, so here we go. I've got the ingredients out here on the counter, and as you can see, there's just not a whole lot to it. These strawberries were ones that we grew this year in our garden, and so they've been in the freezer. There was my husband usually eats them about as fast as they produce, but this was during a spell when there was a lot coming on, and so he wasn't able to eat all of them at one time, so I stuck some in the freezer, and as you can see, they've all thawed out nicely. Got nice color to them. Behind me, the oven is already on. I've got it set on 350 Fahrenheit, in case you're somewhere else where they use Celsius. I'm sorry, I do not know what that would be in Celsius. Please look that up if you need to know that, because I have no idea. So this is the strawberries. I'm just spreading them out. As you can see, there's a little juice there. If you think there's too much juice in your strawberries that you use, you could use frozen strawberries from the store. That's fine. If you think that you've got too much juice in there, you could drain that and use that in something else. I hate throwing away stuff, so I would probably use the juice in some other recipe. You could always refreeze it, use it in some other recipe, use it in tea. I love saving watermelon juice and using it in tea. So just, your kitchen, your rules, you use it however you want. I forgot to mention that this pan has not been sprayed, so I've completely forgot it. So hopefully we won't have to use a jackhammer to get this out later, but we'll see. Sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I don't, but as long as it tastes good, whatever. So anyway, let me show you, and I'm so sorry folks, until I started recording these videos, I did not realize how many times I say, so anyway. I do apologize. That is something apparently I'm going to have to break myself of, because it annoys even me when I'm listening back to myself. But here we go. This cake mix is one that was on sale. I say on sale. It was for sale at my local Benton Dent store. 79 cents for the cake mix. You can see it is a brand name cake mix. Doesn't have to be. It could be your own cake mix if you wanted to do that. That's fine. I'm going the lazy way here, and I'm just going to try to sprinkle this over the top while I hold the phone, which is apparently not working very well, because either I'm not holding the phone where I need to have it, or I'm getting cake mix everywhere. So you see, I'm not very talented at this. Now, something that would probably be a smart thing to do would be, you could probably remove this cake mix from the bag ahead of time, and there's still some down in there. I'm not going to waste any of that. And sift it so it doesn't have any little clumps and stuff, but that's okay. It's gonna be fun. And now the box is not wanting to cooperate. I'm going to spread this out over the strawberries, just doing it as so. Okay, that's about as good as it's going to get. And there we are. Okay, now the most expensive ingredient in this is the butter, and that's on top of that butter is where the strawberry juice dripped a while ago. So don't get excited. That's not anything nasty or anything. Alright, so the most expensive ingredient in this whole thing that I'm using right now is this butter. I don't know if you've priced butter lately, but this butter was on sale for, what was it, $2.99, I think, a pound. Now I've seen some people say, or heard some people say, and read posts from people saying how much more expensive butter is in their area. So I guess I've gotten a pretty decent deal if it's $2.99, but that is the most expensive ingredient in this dish here. So I'm going to get this in the oven. I may have to adjust my cook times a little bit. You hear my oven going off behind me. That means it's ready, and so am I. I'm gonna pop this in the oven. I'll tell you how long I cooked it afterwards, because this is the first time I've actually made this, so I may have to adjust my cook times a little bit. So let's get this started, and I'll be back with you when it's done. Alright, here we go, right out of the oven. I'm not really sure if I'm happy yet with how it looks. If you look in here, it still seems to be a little dry. So I'm glad that I didn't drain the juice out of the strawberries, or this would have been a bunch of powder on top of strawberries. So this is the first time, like I said earlier, that I have tried this. It was something I seen on another video that someone else was doing, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool. So I thought I would try this. I have to say it's not the prettiest thing, but hopefully it tastes better than it looks. I'm sure it will. It's chocolate, it's strawberries, it's got butter in it. It's bound to be good. So I will show you here in a little bit what it looks like when I get it plated up. I think I'm gonna let the lava cool off first before I do any of that, and then I will plate it up. Well, I wish I had some vanilla ice cream. Somehow I think the vanilla ice cream could save it. Anyway, I will be, and there I go. Anyway, did you see that? Did you hear that? I'm sorry, I am trying to watch and catch myself from using that word constantly. Y'all remind me when I do. But I will be back here in a little bit to show you what it looks like when it gets plated up. Alright, well, I didn't wait long because I'm not real patient. So let's see how this tastes. Let's see if it has a redeeming factor here, because again, that looks terrible. Let me see how it tastes. Okay, well, tastes like strawberries, tastes like chocolate, tastes like ice cream. Would have been wonderful. Let me try again. Jury's still out. Let's see. Okay, it tastes good, and I think what I would do differently is maybe add a little bit of, maybe make it a batter and pour it on there. Maybe drain the strawberries, use the juice in the chocolate cake mix, make a batter, pour it on the strawberries, and do it that way. Maybe that would be better, because this is kind of, you see, it's a little powdery. I just wanted to be honest with y'all. I don't want you thinking that everything that I make is perfect, because it is not. As you can see, this is a little powdery. It does not taste bad. You know, I'm not going to throw this out to the dogs, so wish I wouldn't give it to the dog anyway, because it's got chocolate in it. So I am going to finish eating my way through this, and I don't know, I know that I won't do this again, because I don't like how this turned out. May make it a batter. I may, like I said, use the strawberry juice in the cake mix to make a batter, put it on the strawberries and cook it that way. I ended up cooking it almost, oh gosh, almost an hour, and it was still doing this whole powder thing. So I kept hoping the juices would soak up into it, but it did not. So I was afraid I was gonna burn it, so I went on ahead and took it off. But live and learn. As you can see, this did not turn out perfectly. If you have any suggestions on how to make it better, or if you have made something similar to this and yours turned out better than mine, please let us know down in the comments how you did that. Please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. We'd love to have you back. We talk about a lot of different things on here. I can't stay on one subject to save my soul, so if you would like to be notified every time there's a new video, please subscribe. If you liked this video, I would love to see a like. Just click that little thumbs up button. Give us a comment if you'd like, and I do hope that you come back to see us again. Thank you for joining us, and Mountain Patriot Homestead signing out.